Wonder Woman! When discussing about Wonder Woman, she stands as a titan within the realm of DC Comics, earning her place as one of the most iconic characters of all time. Let's be honest, Wonder Woman is not just a powerhouse in combat, but also a deeply empathetic and honest individual to engage with, even when it comes to sharing a cup of ice cream with her. Basically, she's there to embrace the truth, even though it can be ugly. And the truth is, Monolith Productions is making a Wonder Woman game. While no gameplay or story trailer has been revealed so far, we need to ask ourselves, how do we make a Wonder Woman game? Which is currently in production. Due to Monolith Production making the game, we can imagine it being like Shadow of Mordor, and it can use the Nemesis system. Introduced in Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, the Nemesis system is a game mechanic that dynamically creates and adjusts the hierarchy of enemies' characters based on the player's interactions, allowing a unique rivalries and personalized gameplay experiences. Each enemy can remember the previous encounters with the player, and such as defeats or injuries, and the characteristics and abilities will evolve over time with the enemy, creating a more immersive and dynamic game world. And since we're talking about Wonder Woman, there's only one place for this game to take place in: Themyscira. Well, in the current DC continuity, Diana currently resides in Washington DC after she left her home. She is either a representative of Themyscira in the US military or curator in the Smithsonian Museum. She's unconcerned about maintaining her secret identity, which is widely known. However, for this game, it will mostly take place in Themyscira, but for the first level, it's going to be in Washington DC. And the story will kick off with possibly a tutorial on combat, mechanics, jumping, all that stuff. And we'll start off with the first boss, Dr. Psycho. There's 2 points about this when it comes to the first level of the game. First, your primary weapon in this segment of the game is the Lasso of Truth. While the lasso is a really great weapon to use around like a whip, it can also be used creatively like in Wonder Woman 1984, such as extending the length and splitting to ensnare multiple foes simultaneously. And let's be fair, this thing is the ultimate polygraph exam, so basically it's really good for interrogation moments.
Who are you? The lasso of Hastia compels you to reveal the truth. Now, who are you?
We're a small group of reactionary terrorists. We know that sin has brought on this plague of aliens.
Why the hostages?
You're too late. The countdown's already begun. In a few minutes, 4 city blocks.
I think the funny part about the Lasso of Truth is the fact it reveals embarrassing truths. Like, this is the thing that forces you to tell the whole truth.
Explain yourself.
I mask my insecurities with drink and bad behavior.
Poison Ivy, did you do this?
We didn't do it. We aren't responsible for the tree monsters. I secretly watch NASCAR. I take long showers. I think paper straws are stupid and get too soggy. I was excited for Jazz Fest. Ah! Fine. I was very excited for Jazz Fest.
Now tell us your truth.
I cross-dress in a Wonder Woman outfit. It makes me feel powerful.
Embrace your truth, my friend. My outfit makes me feel powerful too.
And also you can use Diana's bracelets in defense against bullets and unleashing her iconic shockwave, and use her tiara as a batarang to add more versatility. And of course, there's Dr. Psycho for the first boss fight. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit more complicated than I thought due to the fact Dr. Psycho is not one of the best Wonder Woman enemies ever. The reason why, Dr. Psycho harbors a deep hatred towards women. In fact, he hates anyone that doesn't reach the standard of what is a masculine male. He's basically a midget Andrew Tate. And believe me, this is gonna be like Wendy beating the shit out of Cartman in that episode of South Park. And while this boss fight might lean into feminist empowerment in some parts, but believe me, when it comes to Dr. Psycho, none of the enemies that are associated to Wonder Woman liked him, nor the Legion of Doom. Which is actually pretty accurate in this episode of Harley Quinn.
We cannot condone Dr. Psycho's use of the C word, as it does not represent our brand of evil. We hereby banish him from the Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom Europe, and the Junior Doomers of America.
Which is saying a lot due to the fact someone like the Joker has standards. After defeating Psycho, he reveals that he's working for Maxwell Lord, and they're plotting a full-scale invasion on Themyscira. Diana quickly gathers her allies, including Steve Trevor, Etta Candy, Julia Capitolettis, and Ferdinand the Minotaur. Yes, that is a real character. He used to be a part-time chef in the Hall of Justice and is Diana's chef and her home. Armed with her sword and shield, Diana basically armors up and heads to the invisible jet. Play that funky track!
Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman!
I'm sorry, if I can hum the Batman 66 theme, I can hum the Wonder Woman 70s theme. It's an iconic track. Upon arrival, they witness a war-torn landscape with Giganta looming as the primary threat, both figuratively and very literally. Acting on impulse, Wonder Woman leaps from the plane to confront Giganta head-on. The battle against Giganta proves to be daunting, giving her towering height of 250 feet. That's basically the equivalent of Heisei Godzilla. And due to Giganta's height, she can basically fly swat Diana into any of the random buildings. Which brings to our next lesson in gameplay, flight. To defeat this colossal foe, players must utilize aerial maneuvers to bring Giganta down, akin to the cinematic scale of Sandman in Spider-Man 2, but a gameplay twist. After vanquishing Giganta, the jet lands safely and Hippolyta approaches. Despite the general skepticism towards men among the population of Themyscira, they acknowledge their alliance with Diana's friends. Queen Hippolyta tells Diana, and she explains Maxwell Lord's nefarious scheme to colonize and invade Themyscira, and he has interest in the island's secrets. As to how he knows about the island, well, that leaves them puzzled. From here, we can explore the island. Similar to Arkham, we can use two traversal mechanics, the air or on a vehicle. Basically, we can fly around, or go on horseback, or ginormous kangaroo. If you remember, Wonder Woman's super pet is Jumpa, the Wonder Kangaroo. Of course, we can explore the island in many ways, and we can customize gear and skins and add personal touches to the gameplay experience, with a variety of options available, including skins from iconic DC storylines and custom suits crafted by the game's creators. Players can tailor Wonder Woman's appearance to their liking. Personally, my favorite suits are from Earth 1 and the Rebirth suit. They optimize the essence of Wonder Woman in my eyes. As the story progresses, you will encounter formidable Wonder Woman enemies, each posing a unique challenge thanks to the dynamic of the Nemesis system. From Dr. Poison, Cheetah, Silver Swan, Blue Snowman, Dr. Cyber, Ares, Circe, and the ultimate final boss. You might be thinking it's Maxwell Lord, but in reality it's none other than the Duke of Deception. For those who are unfamiliar, the Duke of Deception is a master of deception and illusion, akin to DC's version of Loki with more sinister intent. He finds the joy in humanity's cowardice and deceit, reveling in the chaos they create. He will look at the worst of humanity and call it the best comedy he will ever see. The final battle against is basically have to have emotional depth, similar to that of the God of War games. The Duke cynically declares humanity is nothing more than a parody of itself, devoid of any true value, suggesting that they might as well annihilate each other due to the fact that's really good at what they do. In response, Diana counters, acknowledging the world's ugliness but highlighting the moments of beauty and value that make humanity worth fighting for. It's a clash of ideologies as much as the physical battle itself. After defeating the Duke, Wonder Woman realized that in vanquishing him, she also ends Maxwell Lord's malevolent influence and his life. Surveying the aftermath of the battle, she confronted with the stark reality of the world's imperfections. Yet in that moment, she understands that embracing the ugliness, there can be a chance to change and foster growth for the beauty that she loves so much in this world. It's a sobering truth about humanity, but that doesn't mean it can change. Because the best part about embracing the truth is the fact you become stronger. And that's my idea for a Wonder Woman game. Honestly, it's just a rough draft. But the one thing I love about Wonder Woman is the fact that it's very, very close to heart. Like Wonder Woman is that character who speaks truth, and this is a character who is brutally honest, but embraces you as you confront your truth. Will this be the idea for the Wonder Woman game? Maybe? I don't know. It's basically heads or tails of what's going to happen in the game, but I do know there's something in Themyscira due to the fact that Themyscira holds the gate to the underworld. And I don't know if Hades, Ares, or even the Duke will be the main antagonist. But the one thing I do know as a fact is that this game has to bring back DC gaming's without any connection to the Arkham universe, because we need a good DC game. Because the only reason why people are playing Suicide Squad is because of the damn story. Nothing more, nothing less. And as always, thanks for watching.